Why did we develop colour sight, in your opinion? Can't be from picking fruit, or everybody says that fruit didn't contain much energy before domestication. They are tiny fibrous things. The actual colour option actually did not actually happen with us. Colour existed way earlier. We're talking about millions and millions of evolution. So our very, very early ancestors actually had colour sight. For what purpose? Some animals have colour sight for defensive reasons, others because they eat certain plants and need to differentiate between plants that are poisonous and plants that are not. And there is a third reason, is that basically there is mating rituals and there are colour signaling, and they need to differentiate between to know whether the mate is interested or not interested in sex. So there's a whole lot of reasons why animals develop sight, color sight. It's not only for eating. There's a lot of reasons. Now, it predates the common ancestor of the chimps and predates the common ancestor of many others. It goes really back millions of years, this thing, and it just moves forward between the species. It's like a vestigial organ. You look at for instance, the whales. They have legs, but they're internal. But they're still there, a vestigial organ. They haven't lost, because there's no evolutionary reason to lose it. So we acquired it a very long time in the distance. Why? We're not sure. There's a lot of speculation. I mean, the Vagoons will say it was to eat fruit. It's just nonsense. We don't know for what purpose. And it actually has moved through all the species that have branched off from that original ancestor millions and millions of years ago that had this. So we've been left with it. And there's a lot of things that we have that are common with which haven't changed. Why? Because we don't have to. They don't have to. There's no evolutionary pressure to change them. It's only when evolutionary pressures exist that things will change. Like if, let's say, the whole planet had descended into darkness for a very long period of time, we may actually have shifted over to near infrared vision over time, many millions of years. But there's no evolutionary pressure for that to happen. There's no change. Got it? Simple as that. So it's not complicated. There are a lot of vestigial organs or certain types of things in animals where you look at them and you say, they don't need them. What's the reason for it? But then when you look back through their history and their related history, then you find that at some earlier stage, they did need them for some reason. We just haven't worked it for ours, and we don't even know how far back it goes and how far. We know that it's quite a few million years ago just by some of the genetics, but we don't know exactly what species it would have been that far back and for what purpose. So that's not a question, and that's not something anybody can really answer definitively unless they're making up shit for their own nefarious political reasons or agendas.